It appears that flirting has rules, but no one has sent me a guide. Why would a woman who is already in a relationship send me one? Keeps giving me these mixed messages. There are individuals who appear normal one moment, yet there's a palpable energy in the air the next. If you've ever wondered, is she into me or am I crazy? Then stay tuned, because I'm about to reveal the 10 signs that will make you 100% sure that she secretly wants you. Do not miss my bonus sign, which reveals more than the first 10 if you watch to the end. Welcome to Emma's channel, where you can get real, useful tips on how to handle the complicated parts of love and relationships. First sign: when she's near you, her voice gets softer. A woman's voice can reveal more than her words ever will. That's not just an opinion, it's backed by science studies published in the Journal of Nonverbal. Behavior confirms that women, unconsciously, change their tone when talking to someone they're attracted to. It's a subtle shift, softer, warmer, maybe even a little breathy, and no, she's not suddenly coming down with a cold. Now here's what you need to pay attention to. How does she speak to other people? Is her tone firm and neutral? But then when she talks to you, does it sound different, almost like she's letting her guard down? That's the tell. Imagine this: you're in a group setting, and she's having a normal conversation with others. Clear, direct, maybe even a little sharp. But when she turns to you, her voice lowers just slightly. The edges soften, and there's almost a melodic tone to it. And if she laughs a little more, that's another signal. Research shows that laughter is a sign of comfort and attraction. If she laughs at things that aren't funny, it's not about the joke, it's about you. To be fair, some women are naturally quiet, but if her voice changes a lot when she's talking to you, that's not a coincidence, it's instinct. Sign number 2, she makes small changes to how she looks. Here's the thing: women don't dress up for everyone, they dress up for the one who matters to them. If she suddenly pays a little more attention to her appearance when you're around, you should pay attention. I'm not talking about a huge change overnight. I'm talking about the little things she probably thinks no one will notice. For example, she might wear more put-together clothes now that she's paying more attention to her appearance. Her makeup might be a little more refined, or you might catch the faintest hint of perfume when she walks by. It's subtle, but it's intentional, and now things get even more interesting. If you ever notice her fixing her hair or adjusting her clothes while she's talking to you, that's a subconscious sign of attraction. When a woman likes someone, she naturally wants to look her best in their presence. It's not about vanity, it's about attention. For example, if you see her at work, school, or the gym, where people usually dress for function rather than style, and she's now making small changes, maybe a little more effort in her hair, a touch of lip gloss, or even a change in her posture, that's a sign she cares about how you see her. Now, don't assume that every woman who looks good around you is secretly into you, but if her appearance changes exactly when she knows she's going to see you, that's a sign you shouldn't ignore. Please let me know if you want me to read the rest of the script. 3. She finds ways to be close to you because energy flows where attention is directed. If she's always close to you, it's not by chance. People don't just feel attracted to someone, they also act on it. Keeping close, finding reasons to be near you, or accidentally running into you is one of the best ways to tell if a woman likes you. Trust me, she's on purpose. Have you ever noticed how she always seems to be around? She used to sit on the other side of the room, but now she's sitting right next to you. Or you're running into her more often in places she wasn't, your favorite coffee shop, the gym at your usual time, or even near your desk at work. It's almost like she's just there. This isn't a coincidence. When someone likes you, they want to be close to you. No, I'm not saying she's watching your every move like an undercover agent, but people are drawn to those they like, even when they aren't aware of it. Here's something to really pay attention to. Does she linger? She might not leave right away after a talk, or she might naturally move toward your side in a group. If you start to notice that she's constantly putting herself in your space, even when she doesn't have to, that's a sign you shouldn't ignore. Sign of force sub. When it comes to desire, nothing is really a mistake. A woman who is attracted to you will find subtle, almost imperceptible ways to initiate physical contact, such as a casual brush against your arm, fixing a piece of lint on your shirt, or even a playful tap while laughing. These tiny touches might seem insignificant on the surface, but they mean a lot more than you think. Here's why the human brain is wired to respond to touch, especially from someone we're attracted to. Research in social psychology shows that physical contact can trigger an emotional and even physiological reaction releasing oxytocin, the so-called bonding hormone. Trust me, if a woman is making any sort of excuse to touch you, she's creating an unconscious bond. Now let's get real for a second. You know, when someone touches you casually and when it feels different, maybe she lets her hand rest on your arm just a little longer than necessary. Maybe when she passes by, her hand gently brushes your back, or maybe she's playfully nudging you over something silly, something she wouldn't do with just anyone. The key here is frequency. A one-time touch may be coincidence, but if it keeps happening, especially when it's unnecessary, she's communicating something without saying a word. And the next time you're with her, try lightly touching her, maybe on the forearm, while you're talking. If she reacts in any way, it's a serious warning sign. Feeling and light touch are two of the biggest signs of attraction. Sign number 5, she acts differently around you. If a woman likes you, she won't always say it, but she'll always show it. People tend to behave consistently when they're around other people, but when someone they like walks into the room, that consistency changes. If a woman begins to behave differently in your presence, it's a significant warning sign. Let's break this down. Her behavior could change in different ways. Some women get nervous and fidget, play with their hair, or stutter. Some women find it more enjoyable to tease you, crack jokes, or converse with you in a manner they don't usually do with others. And then there are the women who get nervous. Some people show more interest when they ask more in-depth questions, give you their full attention, or lean in. You can easily test this by watching how she acts around other people. Is she outgoing and confident around other people, but quiet and reserved around you? Or maybe she's neutral around most people, but a little more expressive, energetic, or just more present with you. For example, if she's in a group conversation and she's just chatting away, but as soon as you walk in, she either perks up or gets quiet and starts playing with her necklace or touching her lips. This is her subconscious mind reacting to your presence. And when you start noticing these subtle changes, you'll know she's telling you a lot more than she's saying. She asserts that her eyes convey the truth. Eyes can lie, but when it comes to love, they rarely do. If you want to know how a woman really feels about you, don't listen to what she says, but look at her eyes. Science backs this up. Long-term eye contact makes people feel more connected and attracted, according to a study in the Journal of Research and Personality. So what should you look for in someone who looks at you a lot? Let's begin by focusing on her long looks and enlarged pupils. It's clear if she looks at you while she thinks you're not paying attention, and then quickly turns her eyes away when you catch her. People naturally stare at things that interest them, like a beautiful view, a person, or even their favorite dessert. Then there's eye contact. If a woman locks eyes with you for just a second longer than usual, she's letting you into her emotions. In fact, a study from psychological science found that prolonged eye contact can even cause a chemical reaction in the brain that makes two people feel more emotionally connected. Finally, pupil dilation. This one is sneaky, but science has shown that when we see something or someone we like, our pupils naturally get bigger as our brains send messages that make us more interested. It happens automatically, and in milliseconds. Take this short test. If she holds eye contact for even a split second longer than necessary the next time you talk to her, that's her way of telling you exactly how she feels without words. Before we go any further, if you found value in this video, please take a moment to like it and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us grow and makes you an important part of our journey, and we deeply appreciate your contribution. Let's go back to sign number 7 for our talk. A lot of deep questions come up for her. Women who are interested in you will go deeper than small talk. Attraction isn't just about physical chemistry, it's about emotional investment. And when a woman is interested, she wants to know the real you. Think about the conversations you've had with her. Does she ask you generic questions like, "How was your weekend?" Or does she go further and ask, "What's the one thing you'd do for the rest of your life if money wasn't an issue?" Or, "What's the best decision you've ever made?" The difference is small, but it's noticeable. If she sees you as just another person in her life, she won't want to ask these deeper questions. But if she's really interested in you, she'll want to know what you're thinking and what your goals are. Here's where things get interesting. Pay attention to how she responds to your answers. Does she just nod and move on? Or does she lean in, ask follow-up questions, and seem genuinely interested in what you have to say? This is also where you might notice an emotional overlap. She might start talking about her personal life in a way she normally wouldn't with just anyone. That's not just casual conversation, that's connection. Pay attention to the questions she asks the next time you talk to her. If she's asking more in-depth questions than just small talk, she's not just being nice. She's interested. Small signs of jealousy. Jealousy shows feelings that words try to hide. Just because she's taken doesn't mean she can't be jealous. If she likes you, even if it's just subconsciously, you'll be able to tell by how she acts around other women. Now here's the tricky part. She won't say she's jealous because that wouldn't make sense in her situation. Instead, it will show up in small ways. Small, fleeting moments tell you exactly how she's feeling. For example, if you casually talk about another woman like a co-worker, a friend, or even a date, pay attention to how she responds. Does her tone change a little? Does she suddenly play down that other woman? There's an edge in what she says, like, "Oh, she doesn't seem like your type," or "She looks like she's high maintenance." That's not just a comment, that's a reaction. Or she might joke about it, but there's an edge in it. Her playful teasing, such as, "Wow, she must be special for you to bring her up," often serves as a subtle way for her to conceal her true feelings, truly feels, and then there's the silent anger. She might lose interest in the conversation or change the subject, or she might start talking about her boyfriend, almost as if she wants to remind you that she's taken. Jealousy is a strong emotion that's hard to control, so if she shows any of these subtle signs, you should be careful. When you talk about another woman, she might not say she likes you, but the way she acts tells you otherwise. Number 9. Women may not explicitly express their interest in you, particularly if they are already involved with someone else, but their body language consistently conveys the truth. Body language is the most honest form of communication because it's often unconscious. When someone is interested in you, their body naturally leans in, opens up, and mirrors your movements, whether she's aware of it or not. Now let's talk about the signs. Have you ever noticed that she tilts her head slightly when she's listening to you? That's a classic sign of engagement and attraction. If you cross your arms, she does too. If you lean in, she does. People who share a deep connection mirror each other. This is one of the most revealing things that happens in our minds. Another big sign is how she positions herself in a group. If she always faces you, even when she has other people to talk to, that's a clear sign of her true attention. Additionally, observe her feet. If they point towards you, it's an implicit indication of her interest. And here's a subtle but powerful one. If she loses her neck and wrists, she's showing them more. When a woman is attracted to someone, she does this more naturally. It's a way of saying, I feel safe and open around you. So while words can be carefully chosen, if she's showing these signs, you're reading something deeper than just casual interest. She cares about you personally, which is the best way to tell if you're attracted to her without saying so. If a woman starts to genuinely care about your well-being, thoughts, and feelings, that's when you know you really mean something to her. This is different from flirting or teasing. It's when she starts to care about your well-being, thoughts, and feelings. In real life, does she remember little things about you, like your favorite coffee order, a big meeting you had at work, or something you said offhand a few weeks ago? If she does, then those aren't just random people. Emotional investment means she wants to connect with you emotionally by asking how you're doing, checking in on you if you've had a difficult day, or following up if she hears about something exciting happening in your life. She doesn't have to, but she does. That's vulnerability. If she starts to share personal things with you, like her fears, dreams, and things she doesn't openly talk about with other people, that's another sign she sees you as more than just another guy in her life. If she does, she wants you to be there. Let's count how many of you are alert. If someone cares about you, they'll find reasons to text or call you. Here's the thing, if a woman is really interested in you, she'll find ways to stay in touch with you, even if she's already in a relationship, even if she knows she shouldn't. If there's an attraction, it will show in the way she talks to you. I'm not talking about the basic, surface-level conversations. I'm talking about those texts that seem random. I'm referring to the seemingly random and humorous messages and check-ins. For example, she might send you a meme or an inside joke. At first glance, it seems like a casual message, but what she's really doing is keeping the connection alive. She wants to stay in touch with you, even when there's no real reason to. Or she might text you something vague like, I just saw something that reminded me of you. If she's in a relationship, why would something in her day make her think of you so much that she felt the need to tell you? That's a sign. If you told her about a work project or event that was coming up and she texts you back, hey, how did that go? This may seem innocent, but the truth is that people only check in on things and people they really care about. Also, don't forget the missed call excuse. She may say she called you by accident or say she needs your opinion on something random, but the real reason she wanted to hear your voice was because she wanted to stay close. Now you know the 10 forbidden signs that a woman is into you even though she's already with someone else. Seeing these signs is one thing, but acting on them as another attraction is another. Just because the signals are there doesn't mean you should act on them. Be polite, be smart, and, most of all, understand what attraction really means. If this video helped you, please click the like button. This really helps us grow and reach more people like you. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more excellent videos like this and turn on notifications so you never miss one. Share this with a friend who might need to hear it. Here's another excellent video suggestion. Now watch it, and we'll see you tomorrow.